see this? Julian Marsh is doing a show.
It's a variety. Julian Marsh is doing a show.
Just!
We're gonna work again. Get out your tap shoes, Francis.
Julian Marsh is doing a show!
First audition, 10 a.m. tomorrow! Here come the riders. Well, Miss Jones, what do you think?
Not a bad bunch, Andy. Gladys, you're improving. Winnie, keep those knees up. Boys, you're gonna pick them up and lay them down. They're paying $4.40 a seat out there. Mac, get these names and addresses. I want everything set when Julian Marsh gets here. Come on, Bart, we still have 4 songs to write.
Now we got the whole weekend.
Bart!
All right, let's have those names and addresses.
Phyllis Dale, 156 West 47th Street.
Lorraine Fleming, same dress as her. Diane Lorimer, 333 Park Avenue.
And I'll bet she gets a little behind in her rent.
Well, look who's here. You remember Anne Riley.
Anytime Annie, who could forget her? She only said no once, and then she didn't hear the question.
Hey, Ethel, must have been tough on your mother not having any children.
Quiet, all of ya! This is still an audition, damn it. Anyone who doesn't want this job, the nearest bread line is around the corner. All right, Mac, get those names and addresses.
All right, let's have them.
Looking for somebody?
The dance director. I'm here to get into the show.
Well, you're a little late. They've already picked the course. You should have been here at 10.
Oh, I was. But it took me an hour to get up enough courage to go through the stage door. You're not Mr. Marsh, are you?
Billy Lawler, one of Broadway's better juveniles. Say, you must be new to show business.
Oh, I've had experience.
How many shows?
Any number of them?
Such as?
This would have been my first if they'd taken me.
I'd take you any day. How about lunch?
Well, no, I've got to see the dance director.
Okay, then dinner or lunch tomorrow.
That's very kind, but I really must see the dance director.
I know a bundle of humanity. She's about so high. I'm really driven to insanity. when she passes by. She's a sunny little honey who's oh so hard to kiss. I'll try to overcome her vanity, and then I'll tell her this. Hey, watch it.
Sorry.
I'm young and healthy, and you've got charms. It would really be a sin not to have you in my arms. I'm young and healthy, and so are you. When the moon is in the sky, tell me what am I to do? If I could hate ya, I'd keep away. But that ain't my nature. I'm full of vitamin A. Say, I have an idea. You're not gonna get Andy Lee to audition you unless he's got no choice. Come with me.
Watch out, honey. He's a tenor, but he's got bass ideas.
You do know this song, don't you?
Of course I do.
Okay, kid, go to it.
To what?
For your first note song, Broadway. What are you looking for?
My good luck scarf. I wore it when I was elected Miss Allentown and Miss Junior Elk.
Come on, kid. Sing! I'm young and healthy, and you've got charms.
It would really be a sin not to have you in my arms.
I'm young and healthy, and so are you.
When the moon is in the sky, tell me what am I to do? If I could hate ya,
I'd keep away.
but that ain't my nature. I'm full of vitamin A. Say, I'm young and healthy, so let's be bold.
Bass front.
In a year or two or three, maybe we will be
Take it from the top,
old.
Oscar.
I'm young and healthy, and you got charms. It would really be a sin not to have you in my
Hold it, Oscar! Who told you to sing?
It was my idea, Andy.
That's a pretty fresh idea. You beat it.
Oh, give her a break, Andy. She's great.
Andy! Andy! Mr. Marsh is here!
I got no time for breaks. Mr. Marsh is here. Amp's great, Toots.
All right, I'm going.
Please give me your name.
Mr. Marsh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I don't know what I was thinking.
What the hell was that?
She wanted to get into the line, boss.
What ass? A quarterback? All right, everybody gather round and listen to me. This is April 2nd, 1933, and today we start work on a new show. You're gonna rehearse 4 weeks and try out in Atlantic City. You're gonna work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're gonna dance till your feet fall off and you aren't able to stand up. But 5 weeks from now, Pretty Lady's gonna be the best damn show this town's ever seen. You're on your way to glory. And $32 a week. So anybody who doesn't think he can take it better quit right now. Nobody? Good. Take a half hour, get measured for wigs and costumes, and let's get to work.
Hey, someone at the purse and a piano.
It must be hers, the kid Andy threw out. Is there anything in it?
Yeah, 40 cents. And a card. Peggy Sawyer, 125 Elm Street, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Look, you go to your fitting and I'll see that she gets it.
Okay.
Julian, that was a great speech and you won't regret a word of it. Pretty Lady is the best show we've ever written.
That's why we're producing it ourselves.
And now, with the greatest director on Broadway...
Never mind the
we can-
soft soap, Maggie. I need this show as much as you do.
Wall Street got you too.
You know the old saying. There's a horse's ass for every light on Broadway. I've given all I had to that glittering gulch out there, and it's been a hell of a ride. Okay, so the crash got me down for the count. I'm still Julian Marsh, damn it. And Pretty Lady's gonna put me back on top. Let's talk about the cast.
Best in town, Billy Lawler for the juvenile.
Me and Maggie playing the comedy roles.
And Dorothy Brock in the lead.
It's Brock I'm worried about. Her last hit was 10 years ago.
We have to use her, Julian. She's got Abner Dillon in her back pocket.
You know, Dylan's kitty cars. Hop up a van, hop up a van on your kitty car, Dylan's kitty cars, beep beep.
The kitty car business hasn't suffered from the Depression.
And he's agreed to put up the whole 100,000 if she's the star.
But she can't dance.
Put a lot of girls around her. Let her wave her arms a lot. The public will never know the difference.
I don't know, Maggie.
Easy,
I
Marsh,
think
here
we need
she
some-
comes. Dorothy,
Don't
may I-
say a word. I want to do this myself. Mr. Marsh, Ever since I was a tiny little girl and saw my first Julian Marsh show, I've dreamed of the day when I might work with the king of Broadway. At last, that day has come, and I am filled with pride, joy, and humility.
Thanks, Miss Brock. I'm feeling a little full myself. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to try you out on one of the numbers.
Hold on, Mr. Marsh. Dorothy don't have to try out. She's already got her contract.
Mr. Dillon, what would I do without you? By the way, there were a few items you forgot to mention, so I made a list. Limousine, redecorated dressing room, private maid. No problem about the salary. I just added another zero.
Now, see
of
here,
course,
Dorothy.
if there's any objections, I won't insist. We'll just pedal our kitty cars, and you can start selling apples.
You're not hearing me, Miss Brock. I'd like to try you on one of the songs to see if you can handle the role.
If you're asking me to audition, Mr. Marsh, I'm afraid the answer is no.
It's not an audition, Dorothy. Julian just wants to find out if it's in the right key.
Try that new one we sent over to you yesterday, Dorothy. You are going to love it. Now, Bert and I see you in this low down dive. The piano pounds out a hot jazz beat as you enter and sing. Shadows on the wall, I can see them fall here and there. Everywhere, silhouettes in blue, dancing in the dew. Here am I, baby, where are you? In the shadows, let me come and sing to you. Let me sing, I wanna sing.
Thank you, Maggie.
A dream that I can bring to you. Here comes a big fat dream.
Maggie!
Take me in your arms and let me cling.
Maggie!
What?
That was fine. Oscar, try it 3/4 time for Miss Brock.
Julian, we wrote that number as a jazz.
Down a tone. From the top, Miss Brock.
I have no
From the
intention.
top, Miss Brock.
Shadows on the wall, I can see them fall. Here and there, everywhere, silhouettes in blue, dancing in the dew. Here am I, where are you?
That's fine. Andy, Mac! I want 2 shin busters. One right, one left. Miss Brock. Right here, if you please. Willard, you got a drop on line 28. Bring it in. Oscar, top of the chorus. Nice and easy. Kill the work lights. Miss Brock, if you please.
In the shadows, let me come and sing. Ow!
That's all right. Look straight front.
To you, let me dream a song that I can bring. Gotcha!
I've got you. Look behind you.
To you, take me in your arms and let me cling. To you, let me linger long, let me live my song. In the winter, let me bring the spring. To you, let me feel that I mean everything. To you, love's old song will be new. In the shadows when I come and sing, in the shadows when I come and sing, in the shadows, in the shadows, in the shadows. winter, let me bring the spring to you. Let me feel that I mean everything to you. Love's old song will be new in the shadows when I come and sing to you, dear. In the shadows when I come and sing to you.
Not bad, Miss Brock. Not bad.
Mr. Marsh, what does it take to get a compliment out of you?
That was a compliment, Miss Brock.
Wardrobe, where are you? How do you expect me to dance with sleeves halfway to the ground and feathers up my nose?
Hello, kid.
Pat, darling, what are you doing here?
Had to see some booking agents in the neighborhood and thought I'd drop by to see my best girl.
But Pat, what if Mr. Dillon had been here?
I don't care about Abner Dillon.
No, it's too dangerous. Now, be a dear. Take in a picture or something and meet me in my dressing room at 5.
Dorothy, I can't take your money. It was right in the old days when we had the act in vaudeville, but now you're a star.
Well, what difference does that make if we still care for each other? Oh, Pat, don't you think I hate meeting in corners like this, too? But isn't it better than not meeting at all? In the winter, let me bring the spring to you. Let me feel that I mean everything to you. Now run along, my dearest, and meet me in my dressing room at 5 o'clock.
Dorothy, I
Till
can't.
5, my darling.
Come on, girls, get a move on. We only have an hour for lunch. Hey, kids, I've been looking for you. You left us on the piano. And don't worry, the bankroll's intact.
Thank you, Miss.
Jones, Maggie Jones. Say you look like you could use some grub. How about putting on the feedback with me and the girls?
I don't think I can.
Not another word. It's all settled.
Hey, I've been looking for you. How about having lunch?
I'd love to.
I meant Peggy.
Sorry, but I just promised to eat with Miss Jones and the girls.
Would you like to join us?
No, thanks. I'm looking for a mouthful, not an earful. But don't feel bad. I'll let you have a rain check.
What makes tenors such wolves?
I think it's that tight underwear they wear.
No, that's what makes them tenors. Come on, girls, I'm taking you to that lovely place with the windows.
The Astor Room!
The automat.
Oh.
All right, the gypsy tea kettle. But you're gonna dance your way over. I don't want to waste any time.
But I don't know your steps. Well, if you think you can pick them up, I'll show them to you. Okay. Okay. Now with the pullback. Hey, kids, you're good. I know. Well, come on. Let's put it all together. 5, 6, 7, 8.
What'll you have?
Five cups of boiling water and 1 tea bag.
Any gravy?
No thanks, there was enough on the tablecloth. Now bring us 5 combination dinners and get the lead out. We're heavy tippers. Well, Peggy, you still want to get in a show business after today?
More than ever. Imagine someday dancing on the same stage as Dorothy Brock.
I understand how she feels. My grandmother felt the same way.
I don't know how you can say that. Dorothy worked very hard to get where she is. I remember on her first show, she made $30 a week and sent 100 home to her mother.
Let's face it, the only thing she has over anyone at this table is Abner Dillon.
Who's he?
Her sugar daddy.
Oh, father.
You can't be just 21. A girl can't get that dumb in only 21 years.
kid. We're gonna have to teach you the Broadway facts of life.
Don't worry about me. I learned all about men in Allentown.
Eugene O'Neill would give his eye teeth to have written that line.
Should we tell her about musicians?
All she has to know is that we keep them in a pit, and it's for a good reason.
I still wish I were in the show with you.
You will be, kid. If not this show, the next one. You're a looker. You can chirp like a bird, and you're pretty hot stuff in the steps department, too. You hoofers are the luckiest ones in the whole darn business. So what if you had a bit of bad luck this AM? You've got all you need to cheer you up right there at the end of your ankles. If you've a melancholy case of the blues, I've got a remedy for you. If you've an ounce of rhythm down in your shoes, then I'll change your point of view. If you've been singing a sad and blue song,
Go into your dance.
until you learn how to sing a new song.
Go into your dance. Don't be complaining.
Learn how to smile.
If it's raining,
Dance in the rain a while.
put off your sorrow until tomorrow. Go into your dance. To get a job in a Broadway chorus, go into your dance. Just strut your stuff and they can't ignore us. Go into your dance.
Girls, dance!
If it's a two-step, give 'em a smile. If it's a new step, do it with grace and style. A raw beginner can be a winner.
Just give me a chance.
Shake your shoes and go into your dance. Come on, girls.
Hey, Andy.
Not now, girls, I'm busy.
Too busy to dance.
brains out trying to put on a show they'll pay good money to see, and you're giving it away free on the street? Now, you kids get back in there. Not so fast, Andy.
Something wrong, boss?
Wrong. We're shy one girl. That's what's wrong.
Boss, you told me to pick 2 dozen.
Plus 1 for good measure. I always pick 1 for good measure.
You never
Now,
pick
don't
one.
you give me any excuses. Just get me another girl.
Well, I could have one here first thing in the morning.
Well, that's just ducky. I can hardly wait. I'm supposed to set the boardwalk number this afternoon. You know I've got a good mind to pick the first girl I see off the street. Go up to the first dame who passes and say, "You."
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Can you dance?
I'm from Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I can do any tap step ever invented. Wings, cramp rolls, buffaloes, shovels.
Hey, hey, hey! Allentown, take it easy. You've got the job.
Thank you.
Andy, take her in there and get her ready to rehearse at 2 o'clock sharp.
Right, boss.
Hey, wait a minute. Aren't you the Mack truck that tried to run me down this morning?
I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you. It'll never happen again, I swear, on my mother,
All right.
on my mother and father,
All right.
on my aunts and uncles and cousins.
Relax, kid. I kind of enjoyed it. Now get in there and start learning those routines. We've got a show to do.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Mac, did you get the kids in costume?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now get me Brock and Billy. I want to rehearse the boardwalk number with the dialogue.
We can't do the dance section, Mr. Marsh. Gladys is out with a cold.
And use Winnie.
That won't work, boss. Winnie's in the number before. She'll never make the costume
And get me
change in
any
time.
girl will put a costume on her later. I want to rehearse this number right now. Bring in the boardwalk drop. Miss Brock, Billy, let's go.
No.
It is a summer afternoon in Atlantic City. The sun sparkles brightly on a section of the boardwalk as we discover Rodney and Madeline. Madeline speaks.
Darling, why did you take so long to declare yourself? The answer is yes, of course. We'll live together in a cottage by the sea, and every morning we'll have breakfast and kisses in bed. Oh, my God.
And will you always love me, Madeline?
Yes. Yes.
Now Rodney declares his love, and they kiss.
Hold on a minute. What's that fella doing to Dorothy?
I'm just acting, Mr. Dillon.
I don't care what you call it. I ain't putting up good money to see the lady I love kissed by no actor.
All right, cut the kiss. What? Just say the speech and improvise something.
Oh, my darling, I love you. I worship you. I adore you.
I don't know exactly how it started, but it started in fun. I just wanted someone to be gay with, to play with someone. But now I realize that I could never let you go. And I've come to tell you so. Every kiss, every hug seems to act just like a drug. You're getting to be a habit with me. Let me stay in your arms. I'm addicted to your charms. You're getting to be a habit with me. I used to think your love was something that I could take or leave alone. But now I couldn't do without my supply. I need you for my own. Oh, I can't break away. I must have you every day, as regularly as coffee or tea. You've got me in your clutches and I can't get free. You're getting to be a habit with me.
You're being so
touch it!
Who are you? Julian! Julian! This is not what we rehearsed.
Wait there. Miss Brock, Miss Brock.
Get over here. He's over there. He's the only one dancing around on his own. What are you waiting for?
Who is that person?
Her name's Peggy Sawyer. She's new. You okay, kid? She fainted.
Thank God.
It's not Peggy's fault she didn't eat any lunch.
All right, Billy, Mac, put her in Brock's dressing room. The rest of you, this is still a rehearsal. Andy, come on. Want to clean up that last section before the pivot. And this time, do it like you mean it. Hit it!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Easy, Mac. Okay, set her down.
What happened? One of the kids fainted. Par for the course on a Julian Marsh show. Get her some water, will ya? You better get back out there before the boss starts yelling for you.
When she comes to, tell her I'll be back as soon as I get a break. The name's Lawler. Billy Lawler!
Yeah, come on, Billy.
You all right?
I guess I fainted,
Good guess.
but I guess I'm all right now.
Whoa, bad guess. Now let me be the doctor for a while. What do you need is some rest?
But the rehearsal isn't over.
Oh, yes, it is, young lady, for you anyway. Now, as your doctor, my first prescription is for you to sit on this chaise. And as your doctor, my second prescription is for you to get those legs up.
And I'll bet I know what your third prescription is.
Dorothy, I didn't
It's
expect
quite
you.
obvious you didn't expect me, doctor.
But, darling, she fainted, and they brought her in here till she came to.
And since when is my dressing room an emergency ward for every web-footed Corrine who throws a little fainting act? Get her out of here before I prescribe a little medication she won't like so much.
Please, Miss
You!
Margaret.
Shut up! And if my prescription upsets you, doctor, you could just get out with her.
What the hell is going on here? I'm trying to conduct a rehearsal on that stage. Who are you?
My name is Pat Denning, Mr. Marsh. I was a guest of Miss Brock's.
Well, beat it. Miss Brock's official gentleman friend happens to be in the house, and I don't want him to get any funny ideas.
It's Abner. Pat, quick, behind the chaise.
You stay right where you are. Come right in, Mr. Dillon. We were just having a little script conference.
Hello, Sugar Plum. I just brought these poses for you.
Thank you.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, not at all. We were just winding up. By the way, this is one of our dancers, Peggy Sawyer, and her boyfriend, Pat Denning.
Now, just a moment, Julian.
Say, Mr. Dillon, do you realize it's your fault our conference is breaking up?
My fault?
Yes, Dorothy said she didn't want to discuss the script any further because she wanted to be alone with you.
Do you mean that, Dorothy?
Of course I mean it. What girl wouldn't want to be alone with you? Just look at yourself. Come on.
Mr. Denning, your presence in this dressing room has caused a great deal of unnecessary turmoil. I suggest such visits do not occur again. And Mr. Denning, this kid's a pretty good hoofer. I don't want to lose her for the price of a bowl of chili. Take her out. Get us something to eat. Miss Brock, may I have a word with you?
Of course, Julian. Is it about the character I'm playing?
It's about the character you're playing around with. I don't know what went on in that dressing room, but pretty lady means far too much to me to let some gigolo stand in its way. I want you to give him up.
Aren't you a bit confused, Julian? You are the director of my show, not my personal life.
When your personal life gets in the way of my show, I direct that too.
Mr. Marsh, I shall see whom I please, when I please, and no show is gonna stand in my way.
Bert, I think we got ourselves a little problem. And I think I've got myself a little solution. Nick Murphy, please.
Murphy? He's a killer. Look, Julian, if you don't like the song, just say so.
I put his girlfriend in my last show. And boy, does he owe me a favor. Hello, Nick. Julian Marsh. I'm calling about a bit of a problem I'm having. You see, there's a fella been hanging around Dorothy Brock by the name of Pat Denning. And I thought that since your place is right across the street, maybe you could send a couple of boys over to persuade him to make himself scarce for the next few weeks. Right. Thank you, Nick. Pleasure doing business with you. And that, I believe, is the end of Pat Denning.
Julian, I just got a call from Atlantic City. They've cancelled our booking.
What?
But everything's all right. We picked up a week at the Arch Street Theatre in Philadelphia.
But all our shows have opened in Atlantic City.
Maybe Philly'll change your luck.
He's right.
Come on, let's get packing. I'm grabbing my hats and coats.
I'm leaving the cat a note.
Quick, call me a ferry boat's getting out of town.
I'm sorry I couldn't take you any place fancier, but you know the old purse strings are a bit frayed at the moment.
You know a guy named Pat Denning?
Oh, yes.
We got a message for him. He better lay off his Brock to him or it's gonna be too bad for him. Get it?
All right. I'll tell him.
Yeah? This is so you don't forget.
Oh, Pat! Who are they?
Oh, friends, with good advice. You with the company?
Yeah.
I'd like to leave a message for Miss Dorothy Brock. Tell her Pat Denning has joined a stock company in Philadelphia. Will be gone at least 6 months, with no forwarding address. I'm shining my traveling shoes. Big scoop in the Daily News. Who's saying it's toodaloos, getting out of town.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to go to Philadelphia. My contract says I must play out of town in Atlantic City.
I got a note for you, Miss Brock. Fella left it last night.
Dorothy, why don't you want to go to Philadelphia?
Who says I don't want to go to Philadelphia? I want to go to Philadelphia. My contract says I must play out of town in Philadelphia.
Here's my boy, they're going bye-bye, and we're shouting hurrah! Wings spreading 'cause we're heading for Hot Shot.
All right, you got everything. Hats, coats, trunks, dogs, cats, canaries. So let's get them aboard. That dress rehearsal in Philadelphia starts at 8 o'clock sharp, so get moving. Say goodbye to little old New York.
My neighbors are awful nice. They promise to feed the mice. Hey, I stand no meter, ice getting out of town. Here's bye-bye, we're going bye-bye, and we're shouting hurrah! Wings spreading 'cause we're heading for Hot Shot. Hot Shot, 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 Hot Shot, Shot, Shot. Any kind of company is just magnetizing me. I put this in dancing free. Get it
All right now. The company got you all to Philadelphia, and it's up to you to see that we get out of here alive. There's a pit full of musicians down there just dying to go on overtime, so let's get this dress rehearsal started. One more thing. Not all the scenery and costumes have arrived yet, and we'll be adding things as we go along, so don't let it throw you. Professor, we're late. Let's go.
Dressing room is on for on the callboard.
I can't hear my first note. What is it?
No,
Mac, please!
Quiet!
Thank you. I know. Who writes the words and music for all
Sorry.
the girly shows? No one cares and no one knows who is the handsome hero some villain always frames. But who cares if there's a plot or not, when they've got a lot of dames?
What do you go for? Go see a show for? Tell the truth, you go to see those beautiful dames. You spend your dough for bouquets that grow for all those cute and cunning, young and beautiful dames. Dames of temporary flames. To you, dames, you don't recall their names, but their caresses and home addresses linger in your memory of those beautiful, in your memory, see those beautiful, in your memory, all those beautiful days.
What's cute about a little cutie? It's her beauty, not brains.
Oh, Father Time will never harm you if your charm still remains.
After you've grown old, baby.
You don't have to be a cold baby. Keep young and beautiful.
Oh yes,
It's your duty to be beautiful.
oh yes.
Keep young and beautiful. If you want to be loved.
Oh yes, we wanna.
Don't fail to do your stuff.
Our stuff.
With a little powder and a puff.
Keep young and beautiful.
If you want to be loved. If you're wise, exercise all the fat off. Take it off of here, off of there.
When you're seen anywhere with your hat off, have a permanent wave in your hair.
Take care of all those charms.
Those charms.
And you'll always be in some guy's arms.
Keep young and beautiful.
If you want to be.
All we wanna be.
If you want to be loved.
Four spots! Congratulations, kids. That was damn good.
Too damn good. I am the star of this show, Julian, and I do not appreciate making my entrance 10 seconds before the blackout.
Are you suggesting I bring you on after the blackout?
I'm suggesting you redo the dance to suit my talents.
That might make it a rather short number, Miss Brock.
You'll regret that remark, Mr. Marsh. You may be the director of this show, but I'm driving the kiddie car. Get out of my way!
All right, the rest of you, you've earned it. So I want you to go out and relax and forget all about Pretty Lady until tomorrow. Then, I want you to come back here and give the performance of your lives. Company dismissed.
Company dismissed. Company dismissed. Half-hour call, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock sharp. Girls, that means you.
We heard ya!
Willard, I want to check those spot cues.
I'll finish changing, Peggy. Meet you at the stage door.
Be there in a minute, Billy. Are you coming to the party, Mr. Marsh?
Huh?
To the Regency Club. Miss Jones and Mr. Barry just invited everyone. Is something funny?
You are. Eyes shining like a kid at Christmas, dreaming of parties and opening nights. The tinsel and glitter of musical comedy. Just look at yourself. A speck of dust on this stage, indistinguishable from the 40 other specks of dust I put there.
I know that, Mr. Marsh. But put all those specks together, you have something alive and beautiful that can reach out to thousands of people we've never seen before.
Broadway dreams, Sawyer. We've all had them.
Well, I mean to hold on to mine, Mr. Marsh.
So did I. Sweet dreams, kid.
They are. I'm a speck of dust in your show.
Andy. Andy, where the hell are you?
Right here, boss, coming. I got all the notes typed out, all 7 pages.
The notes can wait.
But, boss...
I've decided to take some of my own advice and forget about everything until tomorrow. Jones and Barry are throwing a party at the Regency Club. Come on. Let's go dream a little.
Mr. Barry, do you think I'll ever be a star?
If you can make those sing, you will be.
Mr. Barry, stop.
Let's dance.
Hey, Mac, are you sure there were no calls for me?
No, Miss Brock, but there is a gentleman waiting.
Why didn't you say so? Where is he?
Hello, kid. Are you glad to see me?
I'm practically hysterical.
You know, I got half a mind.
You're telling me.
Is it me or is she getting harder to love?
Hey, play something fun, will ya? Something not from the show.
Say, another one of those and they'll build a bridge over you.
Another crack like that, they'll build a monument over you.
Cut, I turned around and you disappeared. How does that feel, sweetie pie?
Like a dead, wet cobra.
Dorothy.
Say, what's eating you tonight?
I finally figured out what this show needs. A few more songs by Irving Berlin. Now get away from me and take Buffalo Bill with you.
Hey, wait a minute. I got $100,000 in this show, so you better not give me the A.
So I better not give you the A, huh? Well, how about just a few bubbles?
Ah!
Now get on your kiddie car and pedal back to Tulsa. You beached whale.
Oh, she didn't mean it. She's all excited, you know, the opening tomorrow.
There ain't gonna be no opening tomorrow. Not with Dorothy Brock. She's out of the show.
Wrong. Brock opens tomorrow night as scheduled. Don't be a fool, Dylan. You're going to toss away all that money because of a dame?
It's my funeral, isn't it?
And the funeral of half 100 kids who've been dancing their feet off to give you a show you could be proud of. You want to put them out on the street, too?
Oh, Mr. Dillon, you wouldn't do that, would you?
Not after we've put all our faith in you.
But she called me a whale.
Oh.
I am the cobra.
No! Listen, in show business, that's a compliment. What you need is some fun. Why don't you come to a quiet corner and I'll sing you the scores from our last 6 shows. Get a load of this.
Hello, Belvedere. Have you got a Pat Denning there? You do? Well, give him to me, you idiot.
I don't know what got into Dorothy. She was fine this afternoon.
I smell a rat, and the rat's initials are Pat Denning.
Hey, boss. It's Flo at the switchboard. She's an old pal of mine. She just told me Dorothy Brock's been calling all over town to get Pat Denning.
So I was right. Denning's in town.
Hello, Pat. Pat, darling, I can't go on like this. I've tried to forget you, but it's no use. I've been such a fool. Please come back. I need you so.
What are you gonna do about Denning, boss?
Call Nick Murphy. I think he's got a couple of Philadelphia cousins who might be able to handle the situation.
Oh, Pat, darling, can you ever forgive me?
Dorothy, will you calm down and tell me what's wrong?
In a minute, just hold me first. Hold me and never let me go.
It's all set. 2 of the boys will be over in 10 minutes. And they better not find Denning here.
Hey, Peggy, how about the next dance?
Sorry, Billy, but a friend of mine is in trouble.
A man friend or a lady friend?
A man. But that's
I
not...
get it. Good night, Peggy.
Billy,
Something the matter, Billy?
Not anymore. Come on, let's have some fun.
Be young and beautiful. It's your duty to be beautiful. Keep young and beautiful if you want to be loved.
Who is it?
Peggy Sawyer, Miss Brock.
Peggy Sawyer. Oh, the fainting violet Mr. Denning took out to dinner last week.
I've got to see Pat. There's going to be trouble.
You're darn right there is, unless you get the hell out of here.
Wait a minute, Dorothy. What is it, Peggy?
2 men, friends of Murphy's.
Don't tell me to wait a minute, and how come you're sticking up for her in the first place?
Dorothy, you don't understand.
I think I understand all too well.
No, you don't.
Get out of here, both of you.
But Miss Brock...
That's all right, Peggy. Now, Dorothy.
I said, both of you.
All right. If that's the way you want it.
That's the way I want it. Get out, out, out! Oh, Pat. Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you. How can I live a day without you? I need your love to see me through. You're not here by my side. Maybe millions of people pass by, but they all disappear from view, 'cause I only have eyes for you. You're not here by my side. Maybe millions of people pass by, but they all disappear from view, 'cause I only have eyes for you.
I don't know if we're in a garden or on a crowded avenue. You are here, so am I. Maybe millions of people pass by, but they all disappear from view. 'Cause I only have
quick, quick!
Is the chorus ready?
Yes, sir.
Is Brock ready yet? That broad is starting to work my last nerve. Is she ready now? Mac, take it away.
Cue 58. Go!
I walk along the street of sorrow, the boulevard of broken dreams, where Gigolo and Gigolette can take a kiss without regret and so forget their broken dreams. You laugh today and cry tomorrow when you behold those shattered schemes. And Gigolo and Gigolette wake up to find their eyes are wet with tears that tell of broken dreams. Here is where you'll always find me, always walking up and down. But I left my soul behind me in an old cathedral town. The joy that you find here you borrow. You cannot keep it long, it seems. But Gigolo and Gigolette still sing a song and dance along the boulevard of broken dreams. My soul behind me in an old cathedral town. The joy that you find here you borrow. You cannot keep it long, it seems. But Gigolo and Gigolette still sing a song and dance along the boulevard of broken dreams.
Boss, we are in. This is the best out-of-town opening we've ever had. They love it.
Well, they won't love it for long if we don't speed up these changes, Mac. Where the hell is that cue?
Just waiting for the kids to get in place, Mr. Marsh.
All right, here they are.
Cue 64, go!
You got it! Now pull it up! I gotta wait for the gum to stick. It's stuck now, pull it up! Watch out for the subway grating! I got it!
Well, what is it? A penny?
A nickel? Would you hold your horses and let me get the dirt off? A dime! We're in the money. We're in the money. We got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. The skies are sunny. Oh, that depression, you are through. You've done us wrong. We never see a headline about a red line today. And when we see the landlord, we can look that guy right in the eye. We're in the money. Come on, my
Places! Places, Act 1 finale! Places!
How's it going, Julian?
Like a Mars show should. Great. But this is the number that counts. Send them out for the intermission buzzing, and that's the ball game.
Then we have nothing to worry about. The finale is the best number in the act.
There won't be a finale unless Brock gets out here. Dorothy, where the hell are you?
There's no need to shout, Julian. I can hear you.
All right, you're on in about 10 seconds.
I have never missed a cue in my life. When I do, you can take me to task, not before.
Excuse me, Miss Brock. I want to explain.
I don't want an explanation from you. Get away from me. The farther, the better.
Quiet. Quiet. You're on.
All right, everybody. Cue 68. Go!
In the heart of little old New York, you'll find a thoroughfare. It's the part of little old New York that runs into Times Square. A crazy quilt that Wall Street Jack built. If you've got a little time to spare, I want to take you there. Come and meet those dancing feet on the avenue. I'm taking you to.
What the hell happened?
She pushed me! Sire!
Damn it, Sawyer! What were you doing out of line?
I wasn't out of line.
She pushed me. I want her fired.
You little fool. Take your things and get out of here. No one steps out of line in a Mars show. You're fired! May I have your attention, please? Miss Dorothy Brock has had an accident and will not be able to continue with tonight's performance of Pretty Lady. Ladies and gentlemen, your tickets will be refunded at the box office. House lights!
Any word?
No, Billy. We're waiting for the doctor.
Well, Doc, what is it?
I'm afraid it's broken. Compound fracture. It'll be months before she can walk on that ankle again.
Are you nuts? She's got a show to do tomorrow night.
She's a trooper. Put a bandage on it.
You don't seem to understand. She won't even be able to stand up. Miss Brock has a broken uncle.
We'll get another doctor. A second opinion.
Quiet, all of you! We have no star. Without a star, there's no show. We're closing.
You can't
My
do
decision
that.
is final. No star, no show. Tell the kids to clear out of the dressing rooms. Pretty Lady closes tonight.
Oh, she can't.
That is it. Of course I'm serious.
The show is closing.
I'm out of a job.
I can't pay my rent.
I'm broke.
Sing tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. The sun may never ever shine. That's tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Somewhere the weather's fine. Long ago, one fine day, some philosophers heard to say,
There's a sunny side to every situation, and the same applies to you. His philosophy still true. There's a funny side to every situation.
You've no dough, so relax. You don't have to pay an income tax.
You've no job, so just pretend it's your vacation. Should the landlord raise your rent, thumb your nose and pitch a tent. Every situation has a sunny side. Sing tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. The sun may never ever shine, but tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Somewhere the weather's fine. With no bonds and no stocks in your little safe deposit box, you can never be affected by inflation.
When your car is out of gas, then no red lights can you pass.
Every situation has a sunny side. Every situation has a sunny.
Wait a minute. Why does the show have to close?
Because our star broke her ankle.
So, we get someone to replace her.
Someone to replace Brock.
Someone to replace Brock. Yeah.
What about Marilyn Eaton?
She's in London.
Mary McKay?
Hollywood.
Nora Sinclair. She sings, she dances, she acts.
And has been for the past 50 years.
Wait a minute. I know someone who can do it.
Who?
Peggy Sawyer.
That kid?
Yes, Peggy. She's got a voice that'll panic him, and she can dance rings around Brock.
She has got something. She sure is pretty.
It might be worth a try.
We'd have to get to Mr. Marsh before he leaves the theater.
Well, what are we waiting for? Come on, let's go. Mr. Marsh, wait a minute. You don't have to close the show.
What?
We've got someone right in the company who can replace Brock.
My dear Miss Riley, if there was someone in the company with that much talent, don't you think I would have noticed her?
Maybe not in this case.
We're wasting our time.
All you have to do is give her a chance. Isn't anything better than closing the show?
Yeah! Who is she?
Peggy Sawyer.
That kid.
Yes, Peggy. She's got a voice that'll panic him, and she can dance rings around Brock.
A raw beginner. This is her first job in the chorus.
Now, wait, boss. She is the best dancer in the line.
That's not carrying a show. Brock's such an easy performer, she's fooled you. That sort of style takes years of experience to develop.
Unless this kid's got it naturally, which she just might have.
Do you know how many pages she'd have to learn, not to mention the songs and routines?
She's young. Kids can do anything.
You could put the dancing back in the show, boss.
Julian, it's worth a try. Isn't it?
All right. Send her in.
There's only one hitch. You just fired her.
But it may not be too late to get her back. She's taking the 11:10 to Allentown. That gives you 20 minutes to get down to Broad Street Station.
What do we do, boss?
Get her off that train. I want Sawyer in New York, ready to work at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And we're gonna stay here in Philadelphia.
Not even a dog would come to a tryout without a star. Our only chance is to ship the show to New York, beat the part into her in 36 hours, and open cold on Thursday. Now get going! No! Wait a minute. This is my job. I fired her. It's up to me to get her back.
But, Julian, I'm the producer. I can go.
No, you might scare her.
I said I'll go. Thank you, Annie. You may have done me quite a favor.
Anytime, Mr. Marsh. Anytime.
All right. We'll give him 15 minutes to convince her. Then we bring in the big gun.
Sawyer! I know you're angry with me, and I can't blame you. It's not easy being fired.
You did me a favor, Mr. Marsh. It may not have been easy, but I got the message loud and clear. Go back to where you came from, Miss Peggy Sawyer. And that's just what I'm gonna do.
Miss Sawyer, I'm here to apologize for what happened and to ask you to come back.
I have a train to catch, Mr. Marsh.
And take over Dorothy Brock's role in Pretty Lady. Her ankle's broken. She's out of the show. If you can do it, the part's yours.
I'm sorry, Mr. Marsh. Show business isn't for me. I'm going back to Allentown.
What was that word you just said? Allentown? I'm offering you a chance to star in the biggest musical Broadway scene in 20 years. And you say, Allentown? Now listen, Sawyer, and listen good. Even if you don't give a damn about me, think of all those kids you'll be throwing out of work if you don't do this. Think of the songs that will wither and die if you don't get up there and sing them. Think of the scenery that'll never be seen, the costumes never worn, the orchestrations never heard. Think of Pretty Lady and the thrill and pleasure it could give to millions. Think of musical comedy, the most glorious words in the English language. Sawyer, think of Broadway, damn it! Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway, the rumble of a subway train, the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils to entertain, and Angelos and Maxie's. When a Broadway baby says goodnight, it's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. Milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old Broadway. You gotta be kidding me.
Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway.
the hidey-hi and whoop-dee-doo, the lullaby of Broadway.
Get yourself down here, I need your help.
Kids to go to town, and everyone goes crazy. You rock-a-bye your baby round, till everything gets crazy.
Hush-a-bye, I'll buy you this and that. You hear a daddy saying, and baby goes home to her flat to sleep all day. Good night, baby. Good night.
Milkman's on his way.
Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight.
Let's call it a
Listen to the lullaby of Broadway.
Where you going?
Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway.
The rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxis.
The daffodils to entertain until the dawn.
Hey guys, come on, help us
Listen to the lullaby of All right, Schmidt and Kirk, pack up those sets and costumes and get them back to New York.
It's bye-bye, they're going bye-bye, and we're shouting hurrah! We're spreading 'cause we're heading for Hot Shot. Hot Shot, 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 Hot Shot, Shot, Shot. A new kind of company. It's just magnetized and me. And one person fancy free.
Sawyer! You're 2 minutes late.
Sorry, Mr. Marsh. I was looking for my good luck scarf.
Sawyer, Pretty Lady opens on this stage in exactly 36 hours. You've got 25 pages, 6 songs, and 10 dance routines to learn by 8:30 tomorrow night. You think you can do it?
Well,
Do you think you can do it, Sawyer?
yes, Mr. Marsh, I can.
Then we begin. Oscar. Mac, where the hell is the piano?
Coming in, Mr. Marsh.
Andy, let's go. All right. I want to start with the opening number, then work through all the songs and dances, then go back and do the scenes. There'll be a 5-minute break every hour for food or coffee. and a full 15 minutes every 4 hours for rest. And no one else on this stage unless I call them.
All right, clear the stage.
Clear the stage!
And tomorrow night, I'll either have a live leading lady or a dead chorus girl. All right, what are we waiting for? Let's go!
All right, Peg, flaps on the right.
And
1, 2, 3,
come on,
4, 5,
short, short. Andy, show her how.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Smile, Allentown, you're not in the back row now.
6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
Come on.
5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Peg, down the back. Okay, ballet combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, move.
Miracle.
4, 5, 6, 2,
Elegant.
2, 3, 4.
Make every man
3,
fall
2,
in
3,
love.
4.
Hold it,
4,
hold
2,
it.
4.
She went too wide, Andy. She's late.
Sorry, Mr. Marsh.
All right, boss, I'll fix it.
Fix it now.
Girls, come on, from the balance, say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2,
very
2,
pretty.
3, 4.
Now stay tight.
3, 2,
Stay
3,
tight.
4.
Come on.
4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2,
Very nice,
3,
Billy.
4.
Very nice, girls. And Andy, where the hell is she?
She's right here, boss. Hold your horses.
Which way do I turn?
Turn left.
7, 8. 1, 2.
Turn right.
4, 5, 6, 7.
like you
8.
mean it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn. 2, 3.
Single
4,
step,
5,
going back.
7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4,
double
5,
it.
6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
I can do this. I can do it.
Crisscross. And out. Andy, give the rest of them a break. I want to run the love scene.
Please, Mr. Marsh, I'm exhausted. Can't we stop for a minute?
It's 6:30, Sawyer. That curtain goes up in exactly 2 hours. It's now or never. Take it from Jim's entrance. Well, what are you waiting for from Jim's entrance?
Jim, they didn't tell me you were here. It was grand of you to come.
No, no. That isn't possible. You are greeting the man you love. Make it mean something. Like this. Jim! They didn't tell me you were here. It was grand of you to come. Try it again.
Jim! They didn't tell me you were here. It was grand of you to come.
No, no! It won't do. Listen, have you ever been in love? You ever had a man take you in his arms and crush you to him and kiss you? Now say the line.
Jim, they didn't tell me you were here. It was grand of you to come.
Again.
Jim, they didn't tell me you were here. It was grand of you to come.
Once more.
Jim, darling, they didn't tell me you were here. It was grand, grand, grand of you to come.
All right, that's it. Now places for the finale.
Places for the finale. Finale, everyone. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Come on!
Mr. Marsh, I can't.
Sawyer!
Now you've done it, Marsh.
You pushed her too far!
I had to! The curtain goes up in 45 minutes. Unless she knows this part way down in her gut, she'll never get through, and that goes for the rest of you too. Andy, I want him down in the lounge and clean up those last 16 bars.
All right, everybody down in the lounge. Come on, get a move on.
They said I'd find you here.
Miss Brock.
Pat, could you leave us alone for a moment?
Dorothy, they just called a half hour. Do you think this is the time for this?
Darling, I have some things to say to Miss Sawyer. So, you're gonna take my place.
I'm sorry. I know how tough it must be.
Do you? I'm not sure. When I started for the theater this afternoon, I wanted to tear your heart out. I wanted to hate you. I wanted to see you fail. You, singing my songs, wearing my costumes, playing my role. But sitting there in that theater and watching you rehearse, I found I couldn't hate you. Because you're good. Maybe even better than I would have been. The public wants youth, freshness, beauty. And Peggy, that's what you've got. Only I'm getting something too. My whole life, the theater has kept me away from the only thing I've ever wanted. And it was a broken ankle that finally made me realize it. Pat Denning and I were married this morning.
Oh, Miss Brock.
I have only one last wish for you, my dear. Get out there and be so swell, you'll make me hate you. Oh, one more thing, Sawyer. I hope you won't mind it, but it's about the next to closing number. You've got to take it easy. Let the audience come to you. Would you let me show you what I mean?
I would appreciate it very much, Dorothy.
Life begins when somebody's eyes look into your own. Life begins when you get your guy all alone. From morning until twilight, I don't know I'm alive, but I know love begins at 8:45. The stars are gonna twinkle and shine this evening about 8:45. His loving arms are gonna tenderly twine around me about 8:45. I know I won't be late, 'cause at 8:30 I'm gonna hurry there. I'll be waiting where the lane begins, waiting for him on needles and pins, and then the world is gonna be mine this evening about 8:45. I know I won't be late, 'cause at 8:30 I'm gonna hurry there. I'll be waiting where the lane begins, waiting for him on needles and pins, and then the world is gonna be mine this evening. This evening. This evening. This evening. This evening. About 8:45. Now, Pat, get me the hell out of here.
Thank you.
You can do it, darling.
Peggy, are you nervous, huh? Well, that's a pretty dumb question. Of course she's nervous.
But she'll come through, won't you, kid? I'll try.
She's gotta come through. Not for Jones or Barry or any of those stuffed shirts out there, but for us. The kids in the line. Oh, you're not just Peggy Sawyer tonight. You're every girl who ever kicked up a heel in the chorus. Now get out there in front, kid. And show them what we can do.
Oh, Annie, Gladys, Lolly, Phil, I'll do my best, I promise.
Best? That's not good enough. I want better than your best. I want sheer, unadulterated brilliance. Now, what are you girls hanging around for? Get into your places for the opening. Scram. Peggy, I want to talk to you.
Julian, it's 8:40. We've got to call places.
They've waited this long. They can wait another minute. Now listen. And listen hard. 100 people. 100 jobs. $100,000. 5 weeks of grind and blood and sweat. And it all depends on what you do out there tonight. I know what you're thinking. Here comes Marsh with another one of his pep talks. And this is the last of them, Sawyer. And it comes straight from the heart. Our hopes, our futures, our lives are in your hands. Go out there and make them shine with your golden talent. This afternoon it was acting. This one, I mean.
Julian, we have got to begin.
All right. Tell them to take the house to half. Sawyer, you're going out there a youngster. But you've got to come back a star!
Provides a lot of things, and I can take you to places you'd like to go. But outside of that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. But I'm certain, honey, that life could be sunny with plenty of money
You got by. They like you. But you're not finished yet. The toughest part is coming. You've got to give more in the finale. So dig down there and pull it out, Sawyer. You're gonna need it. Now get changed.
Ready with the wedding scene, Mr. Marsh?
Well, what are you waiting for?
Cue 23, go!
Now that we have had the rice and flowers, the knot is tied.
I can visualize such happy hours close by your side.
The honeymoon in store is one that you'll adore. I'm gonna take you for a ride. You'll go home and get your panties, I'll go home and get my scanties, and away we'll go. Ooh, off we gonna shuffle, shuffle off to Buffalo. To Niagara in a sleeper, there's no honeymoon that's cheaper, and the train goes slow. Ooh, off we gonna shuffle, shuffle off to Buffalo. Someday the stork may pay a visit and leave a little souvenir, just a little cute. What is it? But we'll discuss that later, dear. For a little silver quarter, we can have the Pullman Porter, turn the lights down low. Ooh, off we gonna shuffle, shuffle off to Buffalo.
You go home and get your clothes, I'll go get my knees and knives, and away we'll go. Ooh, off we're gonna shuffle, shuffle off to Buffalo. To Niagara in a sleeper, there's no honeymoon that's cheaper, and the train goes slow. Ooh, off we're gonna shuffle, shuffle off to Buffalo. Someday the stork may pay a visit and leave a little souvenir, just a little cute. What is it? We'll discuss that later, dear. For a little silver quarter, we can have the Pullman Porter, turn the lights down low. Ooh, off we're gonna shuffle, shuffle off to Buffalo. Matrimony is baloney. She'll be wanting alimony in a year or so. Still they go and shuffle, shuffle off to Buffalo. When she knows as much as we know, she'll be on her way to Reno while he still has dough. She'll give him the shuffle when they're back from Buffalo. So if you're wise, you'll sew two trousseaux, one for getting wet, of course, and the second trousseau you sew, you can wear for your divorce. First you serve them with subpoenas, then you take them to the cleaners, then it's so long, Joe. Give the bum the shuffle when you're back from Buffalo.
What the hell's wrong?
I don't think I can do the rest of the show. I can't remember a single lyric.
You will do the rest of the show. And without any mistakes. And without that thing either. I'm Julian Marsh, damn it. And I say, you will.
In the heart of little old New York, you'll find a thoroughfare. It's the part of little old New York that runs into Times Square. A crazy quilt that Wall Street Jack built. If you've got a little time to spare, I want to take you there. Come and meet those dancing feet on the avenue I'm taking you to. Come and meet those dancing feet on the avenue I'm taking you to, 42nd Street. Hear the beat of dancing feet. It's the song I love, the melody of 42nd Street. Little nifties from the 50s, innocent and sweet. Sexy ladies from the 80s who are indiscreet. They're side by side, they're glorified. Where the underworld can make believe. Where the underworld can make believe. 42nd Street.
My purse! He stole my purse!
The big parade goes on for years. It's the rhapsody of laughter and tears. Naughty, bawdy, gaudy, sporty, 42nd.
Annie, Peggy, Billy, kids, You've all got jobs.
For the next 2 years.
She's terrific!
Turn off the waterworks, would you? We've got a party to go to.
My place. The booze is on me and everybody kicks in 2 bits for the eats.
You're gonna be there, aren't you, Peggy? The whole shindig's in your honor.
Of course she is. Escorted by Mr. Billy Lawler himself.
Now, come along. We're giving a little party at the Ritz in your honor.
For me? I'll be there in a minute, Miss Jones.
Darling, you are just swell. Now, anytime you want a kiddie car, you just say the word. Yes, dear.
See you at the Ritz.
Billy, it's so exciting. They all love the show.
They all loved you. And that goes double for me. Now, come on. We got a party to go to.
Gee, Billy, I'm not sure I can. What about the party at the Ritz? Billy, am I really a star?
From now on and forever.
And can stars do anything they want?
Anything.
Then I want to go to the kids' party.
Peggy!
Billy, wait a minute.
Well, you haven't changed your mind.
Of course not. I'll be along in a minute. Wait for me at the stage door.
Okay, but just 1 minute. You know how temperamental tenors are.
Mr. Marsh.
Peggy. Say, what is the matter with me and all the excitement? I forgot to congratulate you. Congratulations, kid.
Thank you, Mr. Marsh. But you and I both know who's really out there on that stage tonight. Oh, I said the lines and sang the songs and did the steps. But you were inside me, pulling the strings. So I congratulate you.
You're quite a girl, Miss Peggy Sawyer. Quite a girl. And you're on your way to becoming quite a star. You've broken through, Peggy. You're the 1,000,000-to-1 shot that comes home a winner. For years to come, thousands of little chorus girls will go to auditions and say to themselves, who knows? I might come out of this another Peggy Sawyer. I ask you only to be the sort of star those little girls would want you to be. Shine your light over this glorious gulch they call 42nd Street. Give it your talent, your strength, your youth. But try if you can not to give it all your heart, because it's a very loving heart, and I'd never want to see it broken. Now go along to the Ritz and enjoy yourself.
I'm going to the kids' party.
I was right. Quite a girl.
Good night, Mr. Marsh.
Good night, Allentown. Where is the kids' party?
At Lorraine's! The address is on the goal board! And Mr. Marsh, it would be grand, grand, grand if you would come.
Good night, Mr. Marsh.
Night, Andy. Mac?
Night, boss.
Come and meet those dancing feet on the avenue I'm taking you to, 42nd Street. of dancing feet. It's a song I love, the melody of 42nd Street. Little nifties from the 50s, innocent and sweet. Sexy ladies from the 80s who are indiscreet. They're side by side, they're glorified when the underworld can meet the elite. Naughty, bawdy, gaudy, sporty. Second